Hi, I'm Simple, and I really like Bloons Tower Defense 6. And maybe you've watched the previous video, maybe you've not, where we beat Elite Bloonarius with one singular tower. And as I told you in the video before, I tried to do the same thing on Phayze before, which I found to be very hard, if not near impossible, since I was trying it with the Ninja Paragon. However, doing the run on Elite Bloonarius has opened my eyes on the option of, you wouldn't believe it, global paragons. Now, I don't want to spoil too much, but it is pretty obvious what I'm going to do in this one. It is essentially the same thing with one minor difference on defense, but I'm still going to go through what I did and how I thought of this in a little bit. So I hope you enjoy. As in the previous one, we do Geraldo, since sub-towers will be allowed, but while the boss is on screen there can only be one tower active. However, when the boss is dead, and in between the boss rounds, we can place, sell, upgrade whatever towers we want, how many towers we want. So these are the rules I set for myself. I think a one tower boss truly is impossible, because you need to farm and get paragons obviously, which will be very tough. Maybe you can do it on the normal boss, I don't know though. So we basically did the very same thing, where we got the minimum amount of defense that we needed to beat the rounds and not leak too much. And greeted as much as we could, sold our Quincy action figure for the Bloon trap, and then just got up a boat for favorite traits later. Yeah, that's basically all we did for the first tier, and then we just farm. As in the Bloonarius video, I already said it there, but if you're interested in the farming, I will be putting out a farming guide for the specific boss events, what I found to be the most efficient way, which can probably also be applied to normal boss events to a degree. But yeah, the first tier here, as you can see, we will be defending with a Master Bomber, which is a global tower. It can hit camo balloons, and yeah, that's all there is to it. It can also clean up, because it has decent enough group damage actually. Not great, but decent enough to survive for the time it takes to kill the boss. That was the main challenge with Phayze, that you still have to defeat the little children, which isn't just, it's not ceramic rushes or Moab rushes like Bloonarius has, but you need a tower that can detect camo balloons, since you can't have any camo reveal, and you also need a tower that can clean up the children. Plus, of course, it needs to be cost and time efficient, since if I spend too long, yes, 0 to 5 sniper could have probably beaten tier 1 way cheaper, but it would have taken a much longer time. So yeah, that was a challenge to balance all of that. But from here on out we do essentially the same thing as we did for the Bloonarius, which I found to be so effective. I might consider trying something else for the other bosses, though I think, for example, Vortex and Dread Bloon will be a challenge of their own. I'm not so sure how I'm gonna do Dread Bloon, but we'll get there when we get there. As I said, I want to try to do this with every single boss Bloon that is possible. So this is number 2, which was Phayze, which, yeah, as I said previously, I wanted to do an elite boss with the Ninja Paragon. And it never worked, because surprise surprise, the Ninja Paragon is not a global tower. Yes, it throws the bombs globally, but it doesn't have global attacks, and the attacks actually deal a lot of damage. Like over the time it attacks constantly. So I thought to myself, what could I do to prevent that? What the hell could I possibly do? Because for the Ninja Paragon I figured you need at least a degree 59. I think degree 60 would be safer to solo this boss, because it wasn't attacking all the time. And then after doing Bloonarius I just realized, why the hell would I not use a global Paragon like the Monkey Ace? So that is exactly what I did. So for the second tier here we use a Legend of the Night again. Against Phayze, especially effective, has camo detection, can teleport on the map, so it can actually follow Phayze around when he moves with the skulls. And you can see for the tier 3 and 4 we're going to be using the Dart Paragon again. Now you might be wondering, okay, tier 3 makes sense, you always use a Dart Paragon, but what about tier 4? Why would you use a Dart Paragon? It's not a global tower, surely you can do it faster, right? Well, I found the Ninja Paragon degree 20 to be a little bit faster in dealing with the tier 4, but it is inherently more expensive. It is so much more expensive So I decided that it would not be worth it for me, and I would rather have 2 or 3 more rounds in which I cannot farm, because the money is there in the end anyway, so there's no need to worry about that. But yeah, we just get up our 3 little guys here and put them together. The extra crossbow master gives you enough for a degree 22, no pops required, and it just shreds the balloon completely. Yeah, after I think 3 skulls, the balloon kind of gets out of range, 3 or 4 skulls, but that is not really bothersome. It's like 2 or 3 rounds you lose. And you can min-max a little bit. Personally, I have the tier 2. I've beaten in as little as around 64 with the Ray of Doom, where I specifically anti-stalled the rounds and always let 1 balloon survive. It worked out, but it is incredibly hard to do consistently, and why would I do that if something else works out just the same way better, way more consistently, and almost as fast. So yeah, as per usual, we get down the favorite traits to sell stuff in the range, even though paragons are not affected by the favorite traits. The farms I will be placing will be, and why not get the $500 end of round bonus, might as well. But yeah, farming with the XXL trap again, as in the last video, as in I will probably do in every single one of these, because it is just incredibly efficient since the trap doubles the income from balloons that it traps, and the XXL trap actually triples the income from balloons. With the rubber to gold, that makes the income, I think, triple as well, so it's triple and then tripled again, so it's technically 9 times. It is a lot more money. I'm not sure about the exact maths, but yeah. We just placed down a bunch of banana farms again and a bunch of central markets around the map. They pay themselves off in less than 2 rounds, surprisingly enough, if you plan on selling them. If you plan on selling them and you have more than 2 rounds to go, you just, or 2 flat rounds actually, you just build it up, let it go and then sell it. It is net value, net gain. Tier 4, we get a degree 60 dart paragon, which, as I said previously, was a lot more cost efficient than the degree 20 ninja paragon, even though it took, I think, 2 more rounds on average to defeat the boss, which I found personally to be a fair trade. I didn't have too much trouble with that. Maybe if you want to min-max really hard, but it's not really necessary. I'm doing this all on logs, logs obviously being the easiest map in the game. I know Scrapyard is a lot longer, but on logs you have more space to place farms. You have a little water space, which you don't have on Scrapyard. So it is overall just the easiest map in the game. But yeah, I cannot see myself doing this on like most medium, most advanced maps. I just think it would be borderline impossible, just because of the sheer space in which you can place farms on this map, since the farming time is so limited, and you do need quite a bit of time to attack, so you need a long track as well. This challenge would be, look, Phayze is already halfway through the map at this point. It would be really tough to do that on a shorter map, even with a degree 60 paragon. But yeah, we get the XXL trap once again and spam everything full of central markets because they pay themselves off so incredibly quickly. And they have the 10% extra sellback from the bottom path, which is very nice. As I said in the previous video, it would probably be more efficient to spam 420 BRFs, banana farms. But I am lazy, and why change something that works, right? Why would I try to improve on something that is just fine, that accomplishes my goals to a degree that I'm satisfied with? But yeah, we just let it rip, just let everything go. We get an 025, Jesus, I can't speak. Flying Fortress for the defense, and then just get up of Airship of Doom, I think it's called. Ace Paragon. And it's a degree 44, that's totally fine. All we need is a degree 40 from my testing. I think even 30, 35 can do it, but I found 40 to be the most consistent one, especially with usage of the ability. Completely wreaks havoc, doesn't leave any survivors, doesn't leave any witnesses. So yeah, if Elite Phayze can be beaten with one singular monkey, technically, by my rule set. I'm thinking of next attempting Vortex or Lich. I am not entirely sure which one is going to be harder. I think Bloon will be the hardest. Then again, maybe, just maybe, it's gonna be also very tough to do Blaster Populous, but I think Dreadbloon with the Rock Bloons that he spawns is gonna be the most difficult, since they inherit his immunity. It's pretty tough, but we'll get there when we get there, and I'll figure it out eventually, I'm sure of it. And even if I do fail, I think it's borderline impossible. I will upload a video and talk about it. And of course, you are very much invited to try this challenge for yourself, to attempt this for yourself. If you find any possibilities that I haven't thought of for bosses that I can't beat maybe in the near future, do let me know. Write me a comment or send me a message on my Discord. You can add me through my Discord channel. But yeah, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Simple out.